From the Millersville University Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kyle Elliott.
And I'm student meteorologist Mitchell Cocaine.
Here with the medium range forecast and video discussion issued on Wednesday, February 12th. Well, Mitch, taking a look out the window, I see about 2 inches of fresh snow out there, and this just came about as another storm, and yet the very active pattern we've been in over the last 7 to 10 days, and it sure looks like it's going to continue through President's Day weekend, doesn't it?
It is. We're gonna have another system coming here through on Saturday and into Sunday. But I'm kind of enjoying this snowfall. I know you aren't,
Right.
but I am.
It
It's
is nice to see it out there. It is February.
Yes.
It's winter time. It looks nice. What I don't like is in a day or two, it's going to get all dirty and filthy. And
Yeah,
I don't like
but
it
it
anymore.
won't be
but
long for too long.
It won't because it's going to melt on Thursday. So it's a
Exactly.
blessing. Yeah, It's the
Exactly.
kind of snow we like. So
Oh,
yeah, let's jump into the weekend. So taking a look at Saturday, this is when our next storm system is going to be taking shape over the south central United States. And spanning Saturday into Sunday, that storm system is essentially going to track northeastward into the Ohio Valley and then northward along the western slopes of the Appalachians into northern New England by Sunday afternoon. And as a result, this storm system is going to track to the north and west of northern Maryland and southeastern PA. So we will be in the system's warm sector on Sunday. However, it is going to turn colder on Friday, following a cold frontal passage on Thursday. So there's going to be some residual cold air, especially in the low levels of the atmosphere, sticking around on Saturday. So with that being said, precipitation is going to arrive likely around or shortly after midday as moisture is being drawn northward from the Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to overrun the colder air at the surface. So I do think we'll deal with a brief wintry mix of snow and sleet late Saturday morning into the early afternoon hours, but with that strong southerly flow, that wintry mix should quickly transition to rain later Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. I can see it coating to 1 inch of snow and sleet, mainly north of the turnpike at this point. In areas farther south, you should just see trace amounts before that change over to plain rain. But like I mentioned, that storm system is going to charge northeastward from Saturday into Sunday, ultimately ending up in New England Sunday afternoon. So once that initial bout of cold air is routed out of the low levels of the atmosphere, we're going to have winds turn around to the south and southwest Sunday afternoon, and that's going to usher a burst of unseasonably warm air into the region. So it is going to be accompanied by cloudy skies and periods of rain Saturday night into Sunday. But boy, Sunday does look like a really mild day across the lower Susquehanna Valley out ahead of that trailing cold front. In fact, I can see high temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s if this storm really does end up tracking across western PA into western New York State Sunday afternoon. But like I said, before we get into that warm sector, we are going to deal with periods of moderate to at times heavy rain Saturday night into Sunday. I think we get a widespread 1 to 2 inches out of this system over the weekend, and that's a good thing because we are still dealing with moderate to severe drought. The snowpack that we have with us right now is going to melt on Thursday, so don't really foresee any flooding issues either. So overall, this rain is going to be beneficial. The timing's unfortunate coming on a holiday weekend, but beggars can't be choosers. In a pattern like this, we need the rain and we'll take it. But if you do have outdoor plans, make sure to grab an umbrella because you're probably going to need it pretty much at all times throughout this weekend. I do think rain gradually does end Sunday afternoon, but probably not until around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. It probably won't clear the I-95 corridor until around sunset on Sunday. But again, that trailing cold front is going to roar through the mid-Atlantic states on Sunday night. And then, Mitch, early next week, boy, it sure looks a lot different than what it does on Sunday, doesn't it?
It does look a lot different. That system's going to move out to our northeast, and we're going to, on the backside of that cold front, we're going to end up dealing with pretty cold temperatures. Unfortunately, I know you don't want to really hear that. At
No,
this
I
time.
don't.
But and then we're also going to have some really blustery conditions. Gusts up to 45 mile per hour on Monday, and then good correlation there with the two models. And then going into Tuesday, almost kind of like almost the exact same thing, just maybe not as windy on Tuesday, about 30 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts. So really just cold and blustery for the unfortunate warm weather lovers.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty miserable start to next week. In fact, Sunday temperatures, I forgot to mention this, they'll be about 10 to even 20 degrees above normal if we burst into the low 60s. And then early next week with highs in the upper 20s, it's about 15 degrees below normal. So we're going to get a big change in temperature from Sunday into early next week, and factor in those winds. And I think wind chills are only be in the single digits and teens, even in the afternoon hours. So if you do have outdoor plans, bundle up and dress in layers. As we look at the Campus Weather Service medium range forecast, cloudy and cold on Saturday with a wintry mix of snow, sleet, and rain, mainly after midday, and then that will change over to plain rain later Saturday afternoon, high 36. Temperatures slowly rise Saturday night, and then Sunday turns out cloudy, breezy, and warmer with periods of rain tapering off and ending in the afternoon. High 56, perhaps even higher, depending on how deep into the warm sector we get. But then behind that front on Monday, Mostly sunny, blustery, and much colder with highs in the upper 20s, and then pretty much the same thing for Tuesday. Mostly sunny, windy, and quite cold with highs in the upper 20s and wind chills in the single digits and teens. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the Medium Range Forecast. Tune back in next Wednesday for the latest edition. Until then, gear up and buckle up because we got another big storm system this weekend.